Hello, this is Dr. Infinity. We are in search of Kino, and we have not found it this week. I'm going to discuss Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, and how it just is a really bad follow up to the pretty consistent, pretty good, really high peaks of writing and story of Stray Bullets and Stray Bullets Killers. Both of those are recommendations. I'm not going to talk about them too much, but I'm just going to kind of cover where Sunshine and Roses let me down and just, yeah. This isn't going to be too much of me going issue by issue with a plot summary. You could have fucking Wikipedia for that. We're not going to do that. But I am going to discuss the issues more in depth for the earlier on stuff because I do believe Sunshine and Roses, up to issue 12 or so or around there, is pretty good writing, and you could really have ended Sunshine and Roses right there and it would have been fine as a little arc. It didn't need have to be stretched for 42 issues like the original run, and it's a real detriment to it. So, I'm just going to hop right in, I would say to watch this video, you should be familiar with Sunshine and Roses. This is stuff you don't want to be spoiled on. And if you're not really sure, oh, should I check it out? Check out the first few issues of the original Stray Bullets run. They're fantastic. They're really great crime noir comics. And I think you'll get hooked on them. You don't want to get spoiled on them. So, for the first few issues, I'm going to kind of go, just issue by issue. I'll have a few visuals and it'll be fine. So, one thing just kind of right off the bat with Sunshine and Roses is Kretschmeyer, who was not really a character. He was just kind of a name. In Killers, they have Kretschmeyer's brother, tied up and they're torturing him and Jenny's there, right? And we have this idea of Kretschmeyer, but he's been retconned to where he knew Beth and Nina and Orson and all the guys, and he was a active player in Baltimore before all this shit went down. And I'm just why? Because it's always hard with that shit, with just adding in characters, and then you have to question why in the future. No one ever name drops Kretschmeyer. No one ever talks about him. They're like, hey, remember our friend Kretschmeyer? It doesn't come up. It's just kind of clumsy, and I think I would have been more on board with it, more accepting of it if I found Kretschmeyer to be an interesting character, if I cared about his story and what he's going to do. But I just found him overall just unnecessary and really fucking edgy, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But Kretschmeyer's just, he's his own player when he gets into town. He's killing guys to make a play, and he and Beth kind of hit it off. And there's this kind of turf war where Harry's not the, leader, I guess, of the Baltimore Mafia. Or I don't even know if they're technically, a mafia, but, the Baltimore mob, I guess, right? His crew. He's not in power yet. And he and Beth are friends. They have sex, but it doesn't really go great. So they're more just friends. Okay, fine. Issue 2, we have Orson and Beth. There was this nice scene with the two of them and Joey. It's it has some the original run funny moments and just good paneling, and that was nice. It felt like a normal issue. And you see that Nina and Beth are just kind of on the edge, and that Beth and Orson have started to depend on each other and to rely on each other. And it's nice. It's it expands a bit on their very fast relationship in the original run. We have issue 3. I'm a big fan of Dez, or the Finger. I think he's really good in Killers, and he's just one of the guys I like. I really like him. I like Monster, Spanish Scott when he's there, which isn't a lot. But Finger's definitely one of the guys I enjoy. And Rose confirms in the issue that Joey is the son of Harry, which If you have read all of Stray Bullets, we haven't fucking seen Harry yet. And at this point, with the delays, because I think the original Stray Bullets run started in like 94 or 95. So it's been almost 30 years. We haven't fucking seen Harry. I don't think we are ever going to see Harry. And I also remember it was this one issue in Stray Bullets where Monster breaks into this motel room where there's this like math professor, and he's like, hey, you have to come with me because my boss needs you to open this box for me. It's just one issue. It doesn't get mentioned again. I don't think that plot point is ever going to happen again or come up. Hey, we'll see. But we also have Finger's house being robbed by the Sunshine Gang, which is whatever. And Issue 4. Issue 4 is a good issue. Like I said, the earlier issues are solid. I really do enjoy them for the most part. And we have that scene, which is really pivotal for Nina, and it really kind of grounds her and humanizes her, where Nina's having sex with this guy. I think it's Lead, whatever. And Harry shows up, and they make Nina say that this guy raped her, and Harry has him killed right in front of Nina, and his brains get all over Nina. And you understand why Nina has turned to drugs to cope. You understand why, she's kind of dived into this addiction. And it's a really good, it's really solid. I really like this flashback. And as much as I don't like prequels, and overall Sunshine and Roses, I think is a good example why you shouldn't do fucking prequels. I don't mind little stuff like this, like little flashbacks, but whatever, because this was like genuinely well written and good. And there's just some hijinks with like the weed farm guy and Gomez, and that's another kind of bigger problem I have with Sunshine is it's just more hijinks. It's more like kind of wacky stuff. It doesn't exactly fit tonally, but we'll get in there. Issue 5, we have... issue 5, we have some funny stuff with Rose, who is a character that I think works the best in really small doses. There's too much of her in Sunshine, and she wears a little thin, but in this issue, she's fine. And we're also setting up like the heist and, robbing the Cox Crow and whatever. Issue 6, this was a really great issue. This is one of the best ones in Sunshine, and probably one of my favorite Stray Bullets issues overall. It's the really good Monster issue. I actually had a Stray Bullets poster done of Monster and some of my favorite moments with him, and on that poster there's a few of the scenes from this issue on it. I really liked it. Something I didn't really understand in Sunshine is like the Beth race car stuff. The Amy race car character is a character created by Jenny in the original run, right? And now we have like Beth and her version of it, and it's a little strange, and I don't think it works too well. I don't know. The original Amy race car issues, I thought they could go kind of either way, and sometimes I really enjoyed them, and I thought they were really fantastic, and a really good look at Jenny and kind of what she's dealing with and how she writes, and, how she uses her writing and her like creation to kind of put her thoughts out there, I guess, her emotions, I guess, right? But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it here. I guess I would say I didn't really care for it. So in issue 8, there's just Kretschmeyer, where he's just more of a scumbag. He just butchers these random people, and he's just really fucking edgy, and I just don't care about him. He's a character that's been retconned into the story, and all I know is he's an edgy fuck with a past I don't care about. And it's whatever. Then we have some heist stuff for the next few issues. We have another like Beth race car issues. We have, Monster getting beaten up by Orson, which I think is fine because Orson crashes his car into Monster. Orson becomes a god-awful character in Sunshine, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we have the heist and all that, and I just don't really care because I know that this is a prequel. I know what characters can die and what characters cannot die and cannot get too fucked up. You know what I mean? It's the worst thing with a prequel. I know who's safe. And it takes away so much tension that the original series had. And you kind of felt that some characters were going to survive in the original series, but I wasn't expecting Orson to die that early, you know? I wasn't expecting that. Or Nina, but it happened and it got me. But here I know all our players, you know, so it's whatever. There's the Joey issue. I don't really care. Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me. Couple more issues here and there. We have the introduction to Annie. I thought Annie and Beth had some decent moments, but Annie definitely wears a little thin, and Kretschmeyer's like crew, if you want to call them that, where it's like Annie, Kretschmeyer, Vic, I guess Chandra, sorta, pseudo. I guess I would throw her there. I think there's Dutch Boy, and they're just, who gives a fuck, right? Yeah, so we get some stuff with Beth's mom for a few issues, and yeah, there's just blah 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 for a couple issues. It's just overall the series, it circles around, man. You could have cut it at like issue 12 or so, or like even just right after the heist, you could have immediately cut Sunshine and Roses. You could have cut it right there, and we wouldn't have missed anything, and it would have been fine. It would have been a decent little series, you know, a little longer than Killers, but still not too bad. It doesn't really introduce anything new or important after that point. So issue 22, we have Derek brought up, and he's just so awful. He's so terrible. He's so fucking bad. And I don't really care about Annie, you know, or her having her own issues or whatever. I don't care about her. Issue 24, Orson kills a guy. I wouldn't call it murder, you know. I would call it, I guess, like manslaughter. But he does get that guy killed in New Orleans by, you know, dropping him off a fucking balcony. And that felt like it kind of crossed the line for me for the story. Because, like, the story is, like, black humor. And then there's, like, some really violent stuff every now and then. And, you know, there's some really bad stuff. There's definitely some really bad, fucked up stuff in the original run. But it was usually, like, done to our characters, or a bad character was committing them. But this is like one of our main guys in Sunshine, and he just does something like really fucked up and bad, has no reflection on his action, you know? And I don't think Lapham is setting up Orson for us to hate him. I don't think that's what's happening, you know? So it's just like, he's one of our guys. He's someone that we like, but I don't like Orson. I don't like how he fuck someone up that badly. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It crosses the line for like a main character. Let's see. Issue 25, we have like Kretschmeyer's backstory. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about Kretschmeyer? I don't. I don't care about Kretschmeyer. And I don't even understand like why he wants Spanish Scott and Beth to get together. I don't fucking get it. The next two issues are more about like Annie and Kretschmeyer and their little crew, and I just don't give a fuck because these characters don't really appear in the future in the original run of Stray Bullets, so I don't know what's the point. Why does it matter? Issue 28. Oh boy, I've been looking forward to reviewing this one. The Magic Banana. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like human shit. I don't know if it's like someone said like one of my friends who read it said like maybe it's like a cut off penis or something. But it's a fucking disgusting issue, and I don't know what it's doing here. You know, I don't think any of the Derek stuff is like funny or interesting. They mentioned in the original run, I believe, that like Orson, when he gets like drunk or high, he can like be like a fucked up kind of party guy. This isn't what they meant by that. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't believe that. And this kind of shit just reminded me more of, I don't know why I bothered to check it out, but I did. It's this other series that Lapham did called Young Liars. And it's sort of like I don't know, like a crime series, but it's like the worst aspects of Stray Bullets for me. The worst aspects of Stray Bullets put into a comic. And it's fucking terrible. It's like bizarre and you don't really know what's going on. And this issue and a lot of Sunshine felt like that, Fucking dumb. Didn't care for it. Then Kretschmeyer's brother gets introduced. We only know him from Killers, when he's being tortured and he might be dead and whatever. Let's see. After that, like Orson is going like back to Baltimore, and we have Chandra with the fucked up face. We have, just like more Kretschmeyer stuff, more like Victor and Annie stuff, more of like that crew who I don't care for. They get a lot of stuff. Victor makes a tinfoil hat, and then it's like, here's Love Yourself. And it's like, why? It's issue 36, and here's Love Yourself. We have 6 fucking issues. And he's not really much of a character. There's not too much to say about him. I just don't care. It's just a lot of hijinks, a lot of focus on Kretschmeyer and his crew who aren't really interesting at all. And then, like, I guess Beth race car, for lack of a better term, to describe those issues. There's a lot of those. Yeah, issue 39, it's Kretschmeyer and the super interesting crew. And then, it's like, we're almost wrapped up. Oh, issue 41. This is one of the worst things in Sunshine. So, Spanish Scott, he shows up at the hospital where Beth is in, right? And he says, like, you need more cops in this town. And there are 8 cops. And apparently, the next panel we see of the cops, all 8 of them have been gunned down and killed. So Spanish Scott managed to draw his gun and put down 8 police officers without being wounded, without dying, nothing. And when did this become like superhero shit, man? When the fuck did that happen? I felt like the series was like pretty grounded in the original run for the most part. I don't think there's anything like super egregious. But what the fuck was that? What was that? I could believe him like jumping like and killing like 2 or 3 cops, if he's like ambushing them. I could believe it, if they're like distracted with the fire or the crowd of people. Sure, I can buy it. 8 fucking cops. No way, And I was already like really down on the series at this point, but I don't know. It was just, way over the top. And there's some shit with like the hitman in the hospital and all that, and I don't fucking care. You don't fucking care either. And what's the point? What's the point? You could have ended it, right after the heist. Basically, what new things happened after it, It just, the series feels extremely bloated and just going around in circles over and over again without saying anything, really. And the suspense is gone because we know most of our characters have to survive unharmed to reach the original run in that timeline. We know that must occur. So there's a shit ton of plot armor, not a ton of suspense. And prequels are usually just really bad for this. And overall, it just feels like a giant step down from the original run. I don't see too many people talking about it, which I think is kind of a shame. But anyways, if you've only checked out Stray Bullets online, I do recommend the Uber Allies, or however you pronounce it, that collected edition of the original run. Really good. It's really good value. In the original run, it's definitely worth reading, I think there's some weaker issues here and there, but overall, like, very strong stuff. Killers, also pretty good. It has some really good, like, Des Finger stuff in it, and I really like that stuff. I do think it's gay that Sunshine and Roses is not fully collected. I think the last trade paperback for Sunshine only collects up to issue 32 out of 42 issues. And that's been going on for like a few years now where it hasn't been collected. And I just don't fucking get that. And I feel like that's somewhat insulting for like your fans, because if there are people that enjoy Sunshine, you can't buy it all, you know? And when the fuck are they going to collect all that shit? I don't know. But even if they don't do like a big collected edition like they did for the original, there should at least be trade paperbacks available for the last 10 issues. Just some small complaints there with the collection and all that. I have some comic book stuff on this channel, not a ton. I might post a little more. I kind of want to discuss like the first volume of Lock and Key and how great that was, and kind of the downward trajectory for the rest of the series. I might do that. If you have any comic book suggestions, let me know. I got some like shit posting stuff on my channel. And that's going to be it. Thanks for coming by. Dr. Infinity out.